Welcome back to Cosmic Kickback. We got a special video here today. It's about our 1 year anniversary since starting the podcast.
A little bit over.
Yeah, I looked. It was like March 26th?
22nd.
Dang. I actually forgot about it. You're the one that told me. And we're kind of about almost a month late on it, but I mean it's been a year.
It's still been a year.
Yeah. I mean, technically we did one, and then you went back to your classes, right?
Oh yeah, we did it pretty much the week before it was 1 year, and I was like, dude, next week will be like the 1 year, and then we didn't upload for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then we had did we do anything? We did like 1 or 2 episodes when we first started in summer, and then it was harder because then you went back to El Paso or something. I don't know. Something happened. All I know is we had to wait for a bit. Had to get back on it late last year, and we've been on it pretty well this year, but the quarantine has kind of slowed it down for a little bit.
Yeah.
But we are still celebrating for 1 year being on.
Cue the applause. Clap with us, everybody.
Everybody clap if you're watching this.
Clap
thank
right
you.
now.
If you have been watching us since the beginning, thank you. And if you're new here, thank you for supporting us. Before we get into the special episode, which will be asking some questions directly from the viewers, and if you guys want to take part in that, make sure to follow us on our Instagram and Twitter at Cosmic Kickback, and be there for the next year, or maybe some special
Next milestone.
Yeah, next milestone.
If we get a sponsor.
Be there for that. You can ask some questions then, because pretty much if you asked a question for this, you're pretty much in the video. Congratulations. And that
we're gonna shout them out too.
We could if we wanted to. What do you think?
If it's not a question that's like,
if it's not
I'll
a
decide.
stupid question, it depends on the question. I'm not gonna guarantee you made your little sliver of your name being in the video or the podcast. But yeah, if you're here, you're new, make sure to follow us at those. Thank you for anyone that's been here throughout the year. Thank you for the continued support, and let's just get right into it, Nick.
Okay. You want to go off your Instagram first?
We can go back and forth. I'm interested to see what questions you got, because I know what I got. I haven't told Nick any, because we posted on our official podcast Instagram and Twitter, and we also posted on our own personal Instagrams, which you can follow at Joshua Fowler 7.
My Instagram.
That's my Instagram, I think.
Mine will be in the description.
Nick doesn't want to give his out. It'll be in the description. But yeah, we posted it on our personals too, so we can get more questions. Yeah, so we got some. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some on mine, but I think we should just both answer them.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Unless it's just like,
if it's like directed to one of us.
how many Nicks, like girls has Nick got rejected?
Did someone ask?
That's very no.
Okay,
there was a question about like somewhere in here about getting rejected. I think.
My god, dude. My questions.
There's a lot of questions asked by a particular same person who's probably watching, and I think she just wants all the tea to be spilled.
Ooh, okay. Are we gonna do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Unless it. No, sure.
And then you start off then, because mine aren't really like crazy. I just have pretty nice questions.
People like you.
Yeah, all my questions are very nice. I was actually very happy with what I got.
Okay. Well, one of the first questions is from our friend Krish.
Okay.
It's from Krish_Indian.
Shout out Krish.
Good friend. And he asked us when we're doing the Squad Awards.
He asked me the same thing. That was gonna be my first one.
Okay. Do you want to explain what it is first?
Yeah.
I think we've only talked about this within our group.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much this was gonna. Hopefully it was gonna be out by now, but due to COVID-19 and other delays, we haven't been able to get this out. If all goes well, I don't know when this quarantine thing will end, but if all goes well, hopefully sometime in the summer, if it's done by then.
Maybe like late summer.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm very hopeful in that. But pretty much what it is we have a group of our friends, which we call Squad. We've all known each other for a long time. We're all pretty close. Everyone has their group of good friends. And one day me, Nick, and our friend Jaden, who's been on the podcast before,
He's officially off.
We were at Starbucks, and we were doing some, I think, college work or something. And Nick had the idea of doing like an award type show for Squad. And it started off as kind of like a joke, but we were like, yo, let's actually do this. Because it's going to be like half serious, half joking, kind of fun.
It's like who's the brokest?
Yeah, it's gonna have
Who's
stuff
the
like
worst
that. Like
driver?
you really kind of don't want to win some of these awards, to be honest with you.
Like best dressed, which is probably gonna be Krish.
Yeah, Krish does have some drip. I will
Yeah,
give him
dude,
that.
he has got hella drip.
Yeah, so that we were gonna do that. We were actually gonna try and make it more of a, like, I guess, professional setting.
Yeah,
In a way,
like
as
dress up.
professional as we can get.
Yeah,
With our friends, but
as we can do.
yeah. So we were gonna have like cheap trophies to give people, and present the awards and have the nominees. It was gonna be, I was really excited for it. We were gonna try to do it over spring break, but I think we had issues, and then this whole thing happened. So,
Yeah.
but squad awards, I actually really want to do it. We gotta find a time where everyone's free, which
It's
summer
probably
would
this summer.
summer would work best once this is done. So no release date, but ETA maybe late summer.
Yeah, and then whenever we do it, we'll just try to keep it like that time around the year to happen
Yeah.
around the same time.
Yeah, we'll try to do it annually.
Really, in no rush to like make it happen, but right now we can't.
Exactly. Okay, do you want me to read one now?
Yes, please.
Even though I had the same one. We got one from a fan, Demetrio _Junior_. He asks, do you consider paintballing a sport?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
It's a less traditional sport. Dude, I actually played in middle school a lot.
What, did you play like professionally or just for fun?
I played a lot, like just for fun.
That's cool. I've only played it a couple times in my life, but I will say the people that go hard at it, I would consider it a sport. It's like, I mean, if you're out there and you're like...
It's not a traditional sport with like a ball.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're out there, you're on like a team, like there's paintball teams, like you competing against other teams, like I could see how that'd be really fun. That'd be a cool thing for your squad to go out and do, like all of us.
I actually wanted to do it for my 20th birthday.
Dude, that would be cool. Only times I've gone is for, I think, Cody's birthday. He's done it like 3 or 4 times.
So satisfying too, to like shoot your friends.
Yeah.
Shit hurts, dude.
Bro, I
have a paintball gun too that I got for my 13th birthday.
Dude, that's cool.
So cool.
I think I wanted to buy one whenever we were all going, or like whenever Cody was having his paintball shenanigans for a while, and I wanted to just get one, but I knew I was just gonna end up shooting people whenever we hung out. So I never got one, but
it's like that meme. It's like, you lacking? Pulls out the paintball.
Dude, I actually, but I consider it a sport. I think it's
a cool sport.
It definitely is. There's probably a lot of stuff people don't think of
How
right
did
away.
that even come to be? How did paintball even like come about?
What do you mean, like the original when it was created? That's a good question. What do you think came first, paintball or airsoft?
Probably airsoft and then paintball.
Sure. I mean, airsoft would be easier because it's pretty much just pellets. Paintball, you have to like manufacture paint to explode.
Yeah, but that's more fun.
It is more fun. I prefer paintball. I think it's
what I'm saying is like I think airsoft like came first because like the BB guns and stuff, and then like how can we make this more like
more fun?
Yeah, paintball's like the Fortnite of
dude.
Shooting sports.
Have you ever watched those videos where it's people and they're like on? It's like a big group of people doing airsoft or paintball.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's like a freaking ground war.
It's like a giant map, and then people are dressed up. They got like armor and stuff. Some people have like special shotguns that shoot out like pellets.
I don't do that try hard.
Dude, it's honestly cool.
The most I would get is probably like the like baggy clothes and like the mask.
Bro, but it's cool because these people are out there and some of them have like GoPros on their helmets.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So you can see like the gun, and then they like shoot someone like, and they like you see the paint get on them and stuff. It's really cool, bro.
That's
and
cool.
The only thing, the funny part about these videos is sometimes the people that get shot, you clearly see them get shot, but they won't always like say like, oh, I got shot, like I'm out, and then like walk out. They'll kind of be like, try to look at it, try to wipe it off, and then be good. So then a lot of times the dude will be like sniping. He has like a sniper paintball gun, and he just like he shoots like, and then he like cocks it back, and then he like does that. And one time he did it, and the dude got hit like hard, and then he just like wiped it off, and he's like, hey, what the? And he just like shot him again, and the guy was like, oh, and then he switched to like another gun and like started spraying him, and the guy's like, okay, I'm out, and it's satisfying to see these dudes trying to cheat just get like shot up.
I think when I went to a Predator paintball park for one of my friend's birthdays, and he got this freaking like huge like paintball AR thing. We played this game mode where it's pretty much called No Pain, where like you don't get out, you're just out when you just alright, like fuck it, like stop shooting. So I think that would be like the more popular like version of just like you're out when you want.
Yeah,
it's like it's pretty much just like as much pain as you can take. Dude, and they had some pretty cool maps. They had like a freaking helicopter like. I think
I've been to that one.
Yeah, you can like climb in the helicopter and like It's pretty cool. I remember I first like dolphin dived for the first time. That shit actually hurts.
I remember there was I don't know if it was Predator. There was like, I've been to 2 or 3 places in the city.
It was like Predator and then one more.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but the one I went to, it had like a map and it had like upper levels too. Like you can climb up some stairs.
Oh, doesn't it have like an Alamo?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I remember going there and there was like an upper level and people were like sniping. It was really cool actually. And eventually we were there so long, sun went down, so it was like nighttime paintball. It was really cool, bro.
Like night vision goggles.
Oh, that'd be OP, bro. It'd be so unfair.
I would spend money to get like a tac laser.
Like, that would be awesome.
My paintball gun, like the freaking ammo things like right in front of it, so I could like aim like that. Like
that'd be really cool, dude. Yeah.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do it in the summer too.
We can try to, yeah. All right, Nick, what's your next question?
Mine.
Yeah, we answered that question pretty good.
This is from Val.
Okay.
A friend of ours.
She says, shout out the Instagram.
It's Valeria Rincon. Well, it's like pretty much Valeria, but without an A.
Okay.
She has
shout out Val.
Questions.
Okay, are we just gonna do all of them, or just go one at a time, or what?
We'll go one at a time.
Okay.
There's actually a lot, so we can do like a speed round if you want, or just take a little bit of time answering them. So, regardless of the downsides, what's been the best part of 2020 so far?
Oh my God. I'll let you go first, Nick.
Spending more time inside, I've been able to make more stuff, like creatively, and just think about. Pretty much, I've been able to have time to myself to just plot like what I want to do, like music wise and like art wise. That's pretty cool. I feel like go upstairs in my room is like a whiteboard and I just have it all planned out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been really like helpful to just sit down and like, all right, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how to answer that because I usually don't think about stuff like this until I get asked it. Like it's like how when we did the year review last year.
Yeah, we were just like,
at the end we were like, so what would you guys rate 2019? And we were all like, dude, like a 4. Like it was all low.
The first 4 months of 2020 is like a cakewalk.
Dude,
no, 2019 is like a cakewalk compared to the first 4 months.
Dude, it's so weird. Like,
I would say the best part, despite everything, is just time to myself and self-love. Dude, I've been meditating for like 50 days straight.
Iron Fist? Have you unleashed your chakra?
What kind of chakra are we talking?
I mean, you got like mind chakra. You got like the chakra of love. You got the
chakra of love.
Dude, there's like 7 chakras, bro. Have you not heard about these?
No.
Dude, Nick, you don't know about meditating then, bro.
I just sit there and
you gotta open your chakra. I mean, dude, it's a real thing. Some people think it's real, whether or not you believe it or not. Well, no, because obviously...
It sounds like you don't think it's real now.
No, okay, well, I will leave whatever I believe inconspicuous, but I will say Western medicine is usually not gonna... If you go to the hospital, they're not gonna... Like, if you got... Like, oh, I think I got corona. They're like, just clear your chakra and you'll be fine. Like, they're not gonna say that.
What kind of Wakanda shit is
But, okay, let me answer it real quick. Let me see. Besides the downsides.
So what's a good thing that's happened this year?
Dude, nothing.
That's like significant.
I mean, the only... Dude, it's bad to say because, like, when I think about it, you're like, damn, nothing good has really happened.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when I think about it, I'm like, okay, I do kind of enjoy the time at home in a way. I'm starting to get tired of it. Like,
yeah,
I'm sick of it. At first, I was okay with it. I'm at the point now where I'm getting very bored and I want to go out and do something. Like, not just go and record the podcast or play video games or watch TV or FaceTime or something like that. I want to go do something.
That's probably why I'm sleeping so much because, like, I get up and I'm like, dude, I have to find something to do for the next 12 hours. And, like, there's only so much you can do.
I mean, okay, best things besides the downfalls, I would say probably the podcast has been a good thing. It's going pretty well. We've been very on top of it in 2020. We started... Like in December, I think is when we picked it up. So
technically, the Cosmic Kickback's only like 3 months old or 4 months old in terms of the brand.
Yeah.
But I went back to like when we first started this in my bedroom.
Yeah, it was called
Just a long way from right upstairs, you know.
Yeah, we're literally right below where we started.
Yeah.
But yeah, all we did was just change the name, the logo, all that stuff.
I'd say that's probably a good thing too. Actually, being really consistent.
Yeah, I think
that has helped the growth like a lot.
I think we've done very good with it. So that's been a good thing. And then also, I mean, school, my relationship with my girlfriend has been good.
Life is good.
Can't ask for more than that. So yeah, I mean, those two things I would say.
All right. Next question is by the same person.
Okay.
It's which was the best and worst year of high school and why?
Dude, these are good questions. Thank you, Val. I thought people were gonna. My questions.
There's like 14.
That's fine by me, bro. We got content.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're all as good as this, bro, I'm gonna be hyped. Cause like I had a couple, like I had like 2 questions that provided pondering. Everything else, either people asking for shout outs or follow me, I'll follow, or like follow for follow and like stuff like that. And then other people just asking like oh
yeah, there's a lot of self-promoters in here. Fuck off. Okay, for me, I would say sophomore year was the best because I wasn't a freshman anymore. But I wasn't old enough that I had to think about where I was gonna go to college and like what I was gonna do with my life. And yeah, I think
that's it.
No.
Okay, so I said like you're like sophomore year because I wasn't a freshman.
The worst year.
She asked worst year too.
Yeah, best and worst. Worst year is probably junior year because there's a lot of drama and people like talking about me, and I was just like, dude, like,
dang, Nick,
what's with the drama?
You was getting drama.
And then not sophomore year, senior year, because like, I had like a girlfriend and all that, and everything was going well.
For you saying it was one of the worst,
dude. Because I coordinated our classes, so it was all with my girlfriend. But like,
you had every class?
Not every class.
Like a good amount.
Probably 6.
Oh damn! I didn't know you guys had that many classes.
Or 5.
I had her in one class in English. Remember?
And
I texted you. I was like, bro, Nick. So she said my class. You like word? I said, yeah, bro.
No, dude. But the classes that she took were all like science and like government and stuff. And like, yeah, I was probably gonna take them eventually. It was nice to have her there, but like, I struggled so much, dude.
She didn't help you out.
She's just smarter than me. Probably
more book smart.
Yeah, I'd be in biology and shit, and we'd be talking about like covalent bonds, and I'd just be like, dude,
I was so trash at biology.
There was a freshman in my class too. That class was all like chicks, dude, except me. Arturo was in it. Arturo was in that class.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I liked physics. I was actually good at physics because it was math, and I'm good at math, so I was able to do physics. Biology, I was not that good at. Chemistry the chemistry was worse. I was okay at biology. Chemistry, I did not like whatsoever. And I forgot what I took Earth and Space for my senior year, so that was really easy. And I got it like it was known as a blow off class. And I remember Val, actually, the person asked this question, she's a grade below us, so when she was a senior, she asked me, or she texted me, and she was like, oh, like you're in Earth and Space, right? Like I'm gonna do that class. It was like easy. It was a blow off class, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, but I thought my teacher said at the end of the year, like they're like, oh, we don't got enough teachers that want to teach this class because they're pretty much saying it's a blow off class. So we're thinking of like taking it off of the class selection. Yeah. So then they did take it off because I remember Val said she was signed up for it. It was weird because she had the number to sign up for it.
Mm-hmm.
So they let her. But then I guess they were like, oh, no, this class don't exist. So she kind of got screwed with that. Exist. Yeah.
I would just say my sophomore year, I wish that I took more
risks.
No. I guess more
Did
like...
you take a lot of risks?
More classes, like, pertaining to film. Maybe, like, being in the newspaper.
You didn't have much options.
Yeah, but still. You were in a photography class. That's cool.
Dude, those classes were fun. Yeah, you should have taken those.
See? I was taking computer science and didn't know what the hell was going on.
Let me answer the question, Nick. I'm going to say worst. No, I'll go best year first. Best year for me, honestly, was probably my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say senior or junior year, one of the two. Those two are tied for me. Worst is probably sophomore year because...
I think it's like flipped.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, my freshman year was okay. I remember...
No one likes freshman year.
Well, no, I remember in the time...
You can't even sit down at the table. I just like...
After our freshman year ended, I remember thinking back on it and being like, dude, this year was awesome. And I thought freshman year was so fun. And then it was better. Oh no, it was because sophomore year sucked so bad. I was like, dude, why was freshman year like my best year? But then junior year happened, and junior year was pretty much like...
Did I peak?
No.
Freshman.
That would do it. Oh god,
Dude, that would have
peaking in freshman year, bro. Do you know? But pretty much, my junior year was good because I think that was like the first time. That's like around that time I got my license. I technically got my license sophomore year, but I couldn't drive because even though I was 16, they only let the upperclassmen get permits. So I would have to be parking illegally, even though they don't do nothing. I was still timid. I was still young. I was like, dude, I don't want to get no ticket, even though they weren't going to do nothing.
I wish I had the confidence I did senior year with sophomore me plus the happiness, dude. Oh,
plus the happiness.
Not that I wasn't
You
happy.
got depressed, bro?
Not that I wasn't happy, but just like, bro.
I feel you. I mean, I could say the same thing.
Plus,
I mean,
I did have my license, but people always ask me for rides after drill practice, and I'm like, dude, I just want to go home.
I was gonna say that's why junior year was so good for me because I remember junior year for me it's pretty much like the year of like squad. I remember us always going to like the Marvel movies. We all were in my car.
Dude, I have photos of those.
Dude, yeah, we would go hang out.
We should do like a squad reminiscing day.
I remember that. That's what junior year is for me. That was really fun. And then senior year for me is like, you know, you're top of the class. Like you're like the leader of the school pretty much. Yeah. And then I started dating my girlfriend. And then so that was good. Like that whole year was really fun because of that. So that's why those two are my favorite. But sophomore year, honestly, sophomore year sucked just because.
Is it because you met me?
No.
Actually, that's when I got introduced to y'all.
Yeah, I mean, we met you sophomore year. It wasn't that. Like the only time that was good about sophomore year was probably lunch. I think it was honestly.
Yeah. We played Mafia.
Yeah, it was only. I think it was because every other class I had, it was just straight people I've never seen before. Like.
Oh yeah, that sucks too.
You know when because your class is very big, but most of the time you have, even if they're not like your friends, they're people you remember from middle school or you knew from your old school.
Freshman year I took geometry and that was actually fun because I didn't know anybody, but I made a ton of friends.
I did the same thing. And
like Kobe McGee was in that class.
Oh
dude,
my
he's
God.
such a clown, dude.
Dude, I did the same thing, but I did it for geography because you were supposed to take. You were supposed to take geography as a freshman and then world history as a sophomore. I took world history when I was a freshman, so I was in a class full of sophomores. And I met a couple people in there that were pretty chill. I probably would have never met them if I didn't take that class. Now that I think about it, and they were chill. But no, dude, sophomore year sucked because I think I also had to take a class with all freshmen because of that. As a sophomore, when I took when I took geography,
you told me
it was filled with freshmen, and it was in a portable on top of that. And oh my god,
portables are cool.
Dude, this one had like no air conditioning.
It's like carpeted.
It was hot, bro.
Oh,
it sucked, dude. Sophomore year was just like a train filled with depression, bro.
Oh my god.
It's not like anything crazy bad was happening. I was just like, it was just, I don't know, bro. Like it was missing like something.
Well, I like how we have different views because it shows high school can be different for everybody.
Yeah, some people high school's good the whole time. Some people high school sucks the entire time. Yeah. I'm glad mine was pretty much 50-50.
Yeah.
My upperclassman was good. I'd rather have it that way than the other way. I would hate to be, no offense, Nick. I would hate to be in my like 17, 18-year-old, like I'll be like, oh dude, I'm like at the top. Like this is like the prime of my youth, and I'm like, dude, like this sucks, bro. I miss freshman year. I would hate that.
Well, I wasn't always just like, man, I miss everything. But I was like, dude, this could be better.
I feel you.
Because then like all this ROTC stuff happens.
Oh, that's also true. You're on ROTC, and I could see how that would.
I wish I quit
out.
sophomore year. Well, I don't know if I would have the same friend. I would definitely still be hanging out with y'all.
Well, yeah, you would definitely still hang out with the same people you are now.
Yeah.
You just might not have with some of the other people that you might have met through ROTC. But
another thing is like my junior year, like senior year, I cared way too much about like
clout.
No. What's like professional clout? Like like awards and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like now I don't really care about that.
You know, I've been very.
I don't think like your self-worth is measured by some piece of plastic anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad that I never thought anything like that. I wasn't like doing.
I used to like beat myself up.
The only thing I think I do regret about everything is I regret not joining some type of group or some type of something.
Why did you join the Bronies Club?
No, because freshman year I was in PE and they had ROTC people come in and they were like, "Oh, like you guys should sign up. It'll be your PE credit."
You should have joined for one semester.
Yeah, I had the paper. I took a paper. I filled it out. All I had to do was just give it back, and then they would have switched me. But the only reason why I didn't is because I wanted to play basketball, and I knew we would play basketball in PE. But I slightly regret it because although the basketball was really fun, and I wrecked kids, bro. Like, I actually
freshman geography kids.
well, no, this is when I was a freshman.
Oh.
I remember I actually met one of my friends, Daniel, and I met him through PE. I had known of him through middle school. Like I knew who he was through friends, but I never had classes or talked to him. And I didn't know he even played basketball. Actually, I think at the time he was just starting off. Like he had just picked up the ball within the last year. I'd been playing. Well, actually, I hadn't been playing that long either. Maybe like 2-3 years. But he was. I had been playing a little bit longer than him. But I remember, I didn't have anything against him. I was like, okay, cool, we'll let him play. And I remember we were both very competitive. Mm-hmm. And I remember what happened this is exactly what happened. So he joined the class late, like maybe halfway through the school year. And I remember up until then, I was like the best player like in that period. We would play 4-on-4, 5-on-5. And I would there were 2 other people that were okay, but I would still just wreck people, bro. I was like crossing, I was pulling up from half court, I was currying shots.
When you learned like the in between the legs.
So good. Oh yeah. I was doing all this stuff, dude. I was smoking these kids. And it was kind of unfair because I could have probably been on the basketball team, but I was just playing like random people in PE. That's another regret I have. I should have tried out for the basketball team.
I was going to say that. If you like basketball so much, you should have done basketball.
I didn't try out. I should have tried out. That's another big regret. I should have definitely tried out. But I was wrecking on these kids. And anyway, Daniel joins our class, and he knows like 2 of my friends. And so he gets his locker next to us, and we're all kind of talking. And he's like, oh, like, can I play? So we're like, oh, yeah, well, you could play. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'm just going to play. I wasn't feeling like, let me go try hard. Because I never went try hard. I always played friendly competitions. I would, make some shots. I would do some stuff, but I wouldn't go like all out, like I wanted to like, I wasn't guarding people crazy. I wasn't trying to like score 50. I was just playing for fun. Daniel, with first game, this dude was just going 100%. Like we were in like the freaking finals, like championship AAU game team. This dude was going try hard. He was calling every foul. He was doing all this stuff. And I remember, in a way, I was not jealous, but I was pretty much what happened is he scored, I think, a ton of points. And at first I wasn't really guarding. And then at the end, I was like, okay, I'm going to lock this dude up. And I remember the shot. What happened is someone passed me the ball in the corner. I was wide open and he was under the basket. And I was like, okay, he's like all the way in the basket. I got my time to shoot this corner 3. And the corner is like my number one like 3-point spot. Mm-hmm. I can make it everywhere. That place, I'll make like 20 in a row. Like the corner, I'm like, that's my spot when I get hot. So I was like, okay, I got time. He's not going to come up. So I just kind of like take my time. I set my feet and I shoot. And he actually jumped up and blocked my shot. This dude he did have a little bit of ups. I ain't going to lie. Nothing crazy, but he could definitely jump higher than me.
Yeah, Bert.
Yeah, not crazy, but he could. I think he could like at least like tap the bottom of the rim. So, which in freshman year, like that's nowadays it's yeah. So, I remember when that happened. Everybody they were all like my fanboys. Like they were like, dude, Josh is so good. They were all like, oh, because I got blocked. And then I remember I was like, oh my god, no! I got so mad.
Like that video. Yeah. He's hitting the car seat.
Oh. Dude, no, I wasn't like mad, but I was definitely like, dude, no, I can't let this happen to me, bro. This is my class. And I think that day, I don't think I scored any points. I think Daniel
messed with like your head.
He definitely messed with my head thinking it. And I didn't score any shots. I missed everything. And we lost. And I'm not going to lie, I did start guarding him, and he still made the shots, but they were lucky shots, bro. Like, to this day, I'm going to say, like, dude, I played good defense. Actually, I won't say they're lucky because he does have skill. I'll say they were good shots, but it's not like I wasn't guarding him. I then started guarding. Then this is what I did. This story is coming to the end. Next day, I was like, dude, nah. And up until then, I would only play in whatever shoes I wore to school, like Vans. Mm-hmm. The next day, I brought my basketball shoes that I only wore to the court and like stuff like that to the school. And I actually changed out. I put on some like nice shoes I had, and I laced up. I did all the stuff I do whenever I go to like LA Fitness or like an actual game. I did all that like warming up for PE class. So I did all of that, and So we play, and this time I completely annihilate Daniel. Like I remember I was like, I'm gonna lock him up, and I remember I blocked him like 3 times, like swatting this dude. And I remember I scored ridiculous shots on him. I would try hard, and everybody was just like, "Damn, Josh!" So then Daniel pretty much did the same thing that I did the first day. He came back, he had his shoes. He was like, "I'm gonna do this, bro." Like hell nah. And we were pretty much guarding each other like hard the like 3rd day, the next day, and. I'm not gonna lie, I probably got the better of Daniel because I still was making shots. And then what happened was, I remember I crossed him up, I did some move, and had a wide open 3, and I was gonna pump fake because I knew he was a very aggressive defender, and whenever there's an aggressive defender, you can like do a lot of pump fakes and know they're gonna fly by. So I had the space on the 3, and I pump faked. Because he's running full speed at me, and I knew he was going to fly by. He jumped up for the block, but he flew by. But I remember it was fast in the moment, but at the time I felt like he like moved at his body in midair and like pretty much like ran and shouldered me.
God.
And I remember it like I was like, dude, this dude just like got mad because I'm like wrecking him. And I remember I just like chucked the ball like the back of him. I hit his back. And then he turned and he was just like, oh, he's like, what, you want to go? And I was like, what you gonna do, bro? And I remember we legit were about to fight. And he's like, nah, bro. He's like, you keep fouling me. And I was like, nah, bro, you getting locked up, boy. Like, I'm getting that. I was pretty much like talking trash. And then I was like going up and I was waiting for him to swing. I wasn't going to swing first. And then nobody swang, but people like pulled us apart. And then for like the next like week or 2, I think he went and played with the other people. And I felt kind of bad because I was like this guy, I don't know him that well, but we had mutual friends that played with us. Mm-hmm. And they were like, Dan, you going to play with us? He's like, nah, man. And I never excluded him. He just didn't want to play anymore.
But you should have made peace. Y'all would have like ranked kids together.
That's what happened. This is my friend. So we ended up pretty much slowly after like a couple of weeks. He started talking to me a little bit in the locker room here and there, like making small conversation. And pretty much. And I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was kind of a grouch, and it was the only time in my life I've ever been like this that I can remember at least. And I remember just I wanted nothing to do with it. And slowly I started to realize, like, dude, why am I like being so mean? Like, just like he's talking to me, he's being nice. So I started talking to him back, and I found out he's actually like really chill. So I was like, yo, yeah, bro, come play with us. And we started playing. And the first time that we started playing again, I could tell he was still playing, but he did take it like a step back because he did go over the top, try hard for PE. But we would still have competitive games, you know, where we would start playing try hard. But he ended up being like a really good friend of mine for like the rest of that year. And I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's one of those people I can hit up and be like, yo, bro, like, how you doing? Like, and I
invite him to the courts.
I would do that. I will. He's I haven't played him. No, but he ended up being like a pretty good friend of mine. So it's kind of cool. See, like how you have like someone that was like, you like honestly, oh, bro, I hate this dude, bro. And then we ended up being like
people are different
friends.
on basketball courts.
Yeah, so that's a good story. But the question was,
what was the question?
It was worse than best years in high school.
Oh,
I said best senior year and junior year, and worst sophomore.
Okay, it's pretty much flipped for us.
Just had to get that quick story in, bro.
This is also from Val. Let's keep them coming.
Let's just go through yours all the way, bro.
Okay.
I have a screenshot of all of mine just in case it expires before.
What was the name of the first person you've ever had a crush on, and why did you like them?
Oh my god. Are we talking like?
I'm just gonna talk
elementary school.
I'm not talking about the first person, but I'll talk about someone in middle school that I liked. Hello.
Excuse me. Okay, I'll talk then. I mean, if you're talking elementary school, I don't remember anything. Now, like, I do know there was a girl that had a crush on me in like second grade, and I forget her name, but I remember she had a twin sister, and the sister was in another class, and every now and then we would have the other class would come into our class, and for some reason her twin sister had a crush on me also. So they both would like be sitting next to me in like second grade, and they were like trying to like hold my arms and stuff, and they were like trying to write me love notes and stuff. And it was second grade. I don't think I ever liked either of them. I think I just kind of sat there and I was just like, talk your middle school crush, Chris, or Nick.
Middle school.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh yeah, like I was saying. There's this girl named Olivia Torres.
What's the name? Oh, Dad, you put the full name out.
Yeah, she actually follows me on Instagram.
Go look
so
up
she
the
somehow
Instagram.
sees this.
We'll tag her in the comments.
She's really beautiful now, dude. Like, oh,
Dude, relax.
she knows it.
Relax.
She knows it.
Okay.
She goes. I think she goes to Texas Tech. But I was a really shy dude, and I'm pretty sure she like transferred from Australia.
Really?
I don't know. Everyone built it up like, bro, she's like from Australia. She's like a transfer student. She probably wasn't. She probably just moved here.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk like this or anything. Like,
yeah, that's pretty crazy. If that's true.
no, but it was a new girl, and like since our class was small, because I went to like a Catholic school.
So you're just like, oh, right.
We were just like, it's like slim pickings. And then this new girl comes in and it's like, oh, dude.
I thought you were gonna say slim thick.
No. Dude, we're like 12.
I know.
But no, I just liked her because she seemed pretty.
Did you ever talk to her? Or was it just like a secret crush?
It was just a secret crush. I was a loser.
Damn, bro, damn.
I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah.
If I could time travel and go back to like my 11-year-old, 12-year-old self, it's like, bro, I tried, bro. Come on.
If we're gonna go middle school, I think I had a crush in 6th grade on this girl named Adelie, and this is the chick that like everyone in squad like associated me with for like 3 years, like pretty much all middle school, even though like she never had any feelings for me. She was just like a friend, and honestly, it's like probably one of my biggest regrets in a way, because in 6th grade. I don't even know what made me like her. I think it was, or like have a crush on her. I think it was because, and she actually viewed the post. I don't know, maybe she could watch this, but she's aware. She knew. All my friends told her, and so she knew about it, and nothing ever really happened. It was
Why'd
just
you
like
like her?
Huh? Why?
Why'd you like her?
I think it was because, if I remember correctly, I know we had a class together, and my other friend from elementary school classes was in that class because it was 6th grade, and I was like, oh, thank God I have someone from like my 5th grade class.
Yeah.
So they were the only person I talked to because I was really shy. I didn't really open up until like late 7th grade, like 8th grade. All of 6th grade, I would only talk to people that I already knew from elementary. I didn't make any new friends. I kept to myself, all this stuff.
I get that.
I liked her because in our class, me and my friend that I had in that class we had to get in groups of 4. So I got partners of them, and we were like, oh, we need 2 more, and we didn't ask anybody because I think they were kind of shy too. So we kind of just put our desks together and we're sitting off to the side.
Oh yeah, we would do that.
And everybody else had their like groups of 4 around the classroom, and we were just gonna take, I guess, whoever like was last, and pretty much the teacher was like, oh, like, okay, we need 2 more over here. And there was nobody in class, and we're like, oh, damn, bro, like I guess it's just going to be partners. And then she showed up late to the class, and so she walked in late, and they're like, oh, like, okay, you can go over there. And I didn't even know who she was at the time. Like, not the entire year, it was maybe like 3-4 months into the class, or the year had gone by, and I hadn't noticed her, pretty much because I didn't look at anybody. I was that shy. Like, I just looked down, looked at my work, and I looked at the projector. I didn't analyze anybody in the class. I just kept to myself. I really did. I was so shy. You don't even know.
Looking for booty. Shit like that.
No. So anyway, we're in the group, and I don't remember how or what, but all I remember is we ended up like laughing a lot, making a lot of jokes and talking. And I remember thinking it was pretty much like this was the first time I ever talked to a girl and not been so shy, and they actually like laughed with me and stuff like that.
Well, she was just being nice.
Yeah, exactly. She probably was.
Oh.
And it was just like me being like very young and like naive and just being like, oh, this girl like laughed. She was nice. And I was like, oh my God. And that was pretty much it. But I pretty much held on to that for way too long. Like I can get 6th grade, but 7th and 8th grade went by, and she was in my band class.
Band people.
Bro, stop. So
you had TikTok.
We were in, yeah.
No one's like,
that's how it was in high school, bro. Middle school, we were chill. I didn't do band in high school.
Okay.
Anyway, she's in my band class too, so that's how I was able to like keep in contact with her throughout the years. But all I remember is 7th and 8th grade is when I think I tried to be more like I wasn't hiding it. I mean, I didn't make any moves. I didn't do anything. It's just that I think all my friends were aware of it, so obviously she knew. But it's kind of like I shouldn't have kept it up, because in the back of my mind, like, I knew nothing was gonna happen. I knew I wasn't
just gonna like hurt yourself in the end.
Pretty much. And I mean, nothing. I never had a moment where I tried asking them out or I tried doing anything. So I never had that like rejection. But that was definitely like my first crush.
I would have rather got rejected at a young age. Like,
I mean, everything worked out for me. Like I said, 100% success rate. You know, I don't regret nothing about my past, because pretty much, I mean, although I regret holding on to this crush for like all of my fucking middle school, like life, and not just, dude, I could have fucking,
what a loser.
Like I legit remember like thinking, dude, no,
I think there was a girl that actually liked me in middle school, and I liked this other girl, Olivia, that like didn't like me at all.
Yeah, dude, that's how it is. That's how it is in middle school. And I don't count middle school like as dating. Like, even if I did date this chick somehow, I wouldn't have counted it at this point, because like, dude, in middle school, you're like at the age that I met her, I was like 12, you know, and 13. Like, you don't know anything about real relationships. You think you do. I remember when I was in middle school, I thought I was so old. I was like, bro, like, dude, like, what the hell? Like, I can do all this shit, bro. I'm gonna be going to parties, dude. Like, I was thinking all this shit. None of that happened, you know. Like,
I remember how excited I was.
I didn't have any self-confidence pretty much until 8th grade, because I remember I went to the formal or whatever we had. Like, there was an 8th grade formal or some party. Or
I think I went to that.
And I remember I didn't go to any of the other dances. I went to the first dance in 6th grade, and I was extremely awkward. And that's when I realized that everybody my age like listened to all the new music, and I was the only one that still listened to like only like classic rock, like 60s, 70s.
On the window.
Stuff like that. Pretty much, no, because I remember, I mean, I had heard the songs on the radio, but they just weren't my forte at the time. And I remember I felt so judged, because they were taking what's it called, like requests, the DJ, and you can go up and write a song. And I remember I went up and I requested a song by Kiss, the rock band Kiss. And I remember Arturo, our friend, was like, "Oh shit, bro, you requested a song. What you put, bro?" And I was like, "Oh, I put like fucking Kiss, bro." Like, and I said it like it was cool. And he's like, "What?" And I remember he said like, "Dude, what the hell? Like, they're not gonna play that shit, like old shit." And I remember that was the first time I was like, oh my god, dude, like no one like likes my shit, like what I listen to.
I think back then, if you were just like still like excited about it, it would make other people excited.
I don't know, bro. I was so shy.
When someone shuts your shit down,
as soon as it happened, I shut down, and I was like, damn. And it's fucking stupid, because I remember listening to like the Beatles or something, and I remember people would be like, "Oh, what you listen to?" They would listen, and then I remember people literally judge the fuck out of me. And then those same people are the people that got hyped to fucking Guardians of the Galaxy like soundtrack when it came out in 2014.
People being fake.
People were like, "Bro, this shit's so good, dude. I love classic 70s, bro." And when I listened to it, I literally got bullied, bro. Like, this is still like traumatic to me. I legit got bullied. This is why I was so shy, bro. I remember on the bus rides to school and from school, I'd have my headphones in, and I would have it too loud, and I guess someone could hear it. And they'd be like, bro, are you listening like fucking Led Zeppelin? Like, what the hell? Like, what? You're listening to ELO? Like, they would like hear it, and they would know what it is somehow, or they would see my iPod or something. And they would be like, bro, what the fuck, dude? Listen to fucking like party rock, man. What are you doing? Like, you listen to Psy, Gangnam Style, bro. And I remember,
God, I remember that.
Yeah, and I remember I legit, at a certain point in my life, I was scared for people to hear it, to have that interaction, that I would legitimately listen to my music at like 2 notches up from the bottom. It was so quiet on the loud ass school bus. I would listen extremely quiet, and then if somebody was ever like next to me, or like I felt like they could hear it, I would turn it down a little bit, because I didn't want it to happen. And I lived like that pretty much throughout all of middle school.
Bro, fuck them kids.
Dude, that's how it was for me, bro. But
I think I was friends with everyone in my class in middle school, because it was such a small class, dude. Middle school was so fun.
Dude, no one liked me in 6th grade. No one talked to me. I got bullied low key.
Bro, middle school over high school for me.
Honestly, my 8th grade, yeah, I agree.
All of middle school.
My confidence went up once I made the basketball team, and I actually no, it didn't. At first, it didn't. It was only once I started standing up for myself, which came through that, because I remember I had what was it? There was a situation at one time during practice where people always would shit talk me, and I just wouldn't say anything, because I was like, I would always stutter when I tried talking back to people. Because people would try to like, people always talk shit in middle school. So someone would talk some shit and I would try saying something back and I would end up stuttering and then I would just be bad.
Yeah.
And I remember one time this kid named Richie, I don't remember what he said or what he did, but I remember all I said is this kid was like fucking like 4'10" or something, dude. And he was like,
Y'all the same grade?
Yeah. And I was tall at the time. I was like at the same height as Arturo. We were like the 2 tallest on the team. This is before Arturo fucking grew to like 6'3" or whatever. This is when we were both the same height. We weren't the tallest. I think there was one guy that was a little bit taller, but I was like, damn, bro, I'm tall. And now I'm just average. And but anyway, the kid, he said some shit to me, and I remember I stopped and I literally just yelled out like bro, like shut the fuck up, Richie, or some shit like that. And I remember he legit was like, he made like a face like that, and then I remember thinking like oh damn, bro, I just made that kid shut up. And then after that was the switching point, bro. So after that, I just talked back to everybody, and then people then started to accept me. And then they would like high five me and be my friend. And then by 8th grade, my confidence was like that high. And then everybody was like friends with me. Like I was probably one of like the preppy people at that time in my life. I went from like the emo,
like the wallflower,
the emo haired, like wearing band t-shirts, like quiet kid.
You had emo hair?
I had like black hair that was like, it was really long and I would have it curled like to the side.
Oh God, dude.
I have old photos of it, bro. But
gotta do that.
But that, yeah, I was like that. And then by 8th grade, like I was like probably considered preppy, which in 6th grade I talked shit about, but I became what I hated, I guess. But then by 9th grade,
you're supposed to destroy them.
By 9th grade, you realize like, oh, dude, like none of that shit matters. Everybody's just whoever.
Yeah.
But dude, that was a fucking question about a crush. What even was
the question?
It was about a crush. Anyway, yeah, my crush's name was Adelaide, and
to say why did you like her? Because she made you laugh.
I liked her just because she was nice to me. And that was it.
That's the short version.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, but I don't regret anything. Like, nothing went down. I didn't make a fool of myself. If anything, it just gave me... It made me... Because that was the only other time I had, like, a crush on someone for real. The next time I had a crush on someone was when I actually, like, made moves. And then now I'm with my current girlfriend, which is my only real girlfriend I've ever had. 100% success rate. You heard it here for the 50th time. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
If you guys think that makes sense.
Ask more questions. Dude, we gotta start going a little faster, bro.
You fucking tell a story every other question. Dude, and I don't want to cut you off. Like, let me stop you right there. Because they're pretty funny.
Bro, when the questions come up, like the stories bring them up. But
all right, let's do
this. If I
were
you, just in case, if you haven't already, I don't know. I've never done the polls, so I don't know if the questions expire.
I don't think they do.
Hopefully they don't, because I don't want you to lose.
I can still see them. I asked a question the other day on my story about like what music people are listening to, and I could still look at them like 3 days after.
Okay, then we're good.
Was that the crush one?
Yeah.
Is there something you wish you said sorry for but never did? Yes.
That's on you.
When I was a sophomore, I cock blocked my friend, and I apologized to him.
What'd you do?
I apologized to him way later than I'm proud to say.
How'd you cock block him?
He was talking to this girl. First, he was talking to his sister, and then he talked.
Wait, what? He was talking to the girl's sister or his sister?
The girl's sister.
Okay.
And then he talked to her younger sister.
Oh my god.
And then she came to me and she's like, "Hey, is this like?
Wait,
is he actually like a night? You probably know.
Is it?
I don't want to name drop. I already said sorry.
Okay, I think I know what the story. I think I remember this happening.
She pretty much came to me and she's like, "Hey, like, I think I'm gonna ask this dude out, or like actually, like, I'm gonna date him. Like, is he actually like a nice guy?"
And you said no.
And at the time, I didn't know him that well, but I was like, straight up, like, he's kind of like.
I mean, bro, okay.
I pretty much said like he's kind of a hoe.
If you're listening,
and like
to
I
this,
would be careful.
If you're listening to this, like, you know who you are. We're your bros, But at the time, you got to admit you were kind of a hoe. We all had our high school days. We all had our past selves. Back in the day. I agree with you, Nick, at the time, because I remember when it happened. I sided with you. I was like, look, bro, like.
Yeah,
Nick,
I just said how I really felt.
Nick just told the truth. Like, I mean, you might not like it, but like, it's true.
I don't know how he found out too, because I was just in English class, and he was just like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Yeah, and I was like,
I remember he was pissed off. I remember he was like, "Bro, like Nick's a fucking like backstabber, bro." Like, I was just like, "Dog, like it's true."
I was just saving them both.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, nothing would have even happened. He would have just.
It wasn't like I went out of my way to like break them up or shit.
The chick
she
asked.
came. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but
Okay,
I ended
so
up.
that's
I
what
ended
you
up.
think of?
Yeah, I ended up apologizing, but I probably should have done it sooner. I
feel
probably didn't even need to apologize. But we were at a drill meet, and we were all like getting ready for the like. We didn't go on until like 4 hours. It was one of those early ones, and we were all just in the
Dude, I hate
classroom
those
like
ones.
talking about girls. And they was
Bro,
like, "Bro,
I
you
kinda hate
cock
it.
blocked him," and I was like, "Yeah."
My bad, bro.
It was. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "My bad." Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think. I think I'm pretty good about saying sorry whenever I'm in the wrong. I don't want to sound like like oh, I'm perfect or whatever. But in all honesty, like you were really quick with that. You're like, oh, I remember when I did this. But,
Because I read these the night before. Thinking
that's true.
about
You
them.
had time to think. I mean, honestly, for me, something saying sorry about that I never did or wish I did.
Oh, I actually have another time.
Oh, okay. Well, you can do that if I don't think of shit because I really can't think of anything.
There was the time when Jade. Wait. I gotta be careful how I tell this.
Oh shit.
Well, I already name drop. A friend of mine, Jaden, he was feeling really sick after we probably told the story, right? Pretty much Jaden and I got into a fight because he was feeling really sick one night, and he ended up doing something like before he can get to the restroom.
Oh, this?
Before he was going to my house because we walked to Beard playing basketball, and on the way back he like couldn't hold it in, and I was just all in his face, just like oh shit. I literally had my freaking flashlight like I was
You were
recording
acting
Snap.
like you were recording.
And I was like, oh shit, bro. And then like he pushed me down, and then like we didn't talk for 3 days, but it was weird because we went to practice and shit. And like I think he ended up apologizing first, but I probably should have just been like, dude, that was stupid. Because
I
like,
mean, you both know it was stupid. It wasn't
Yeah,
like it wasn't like it was a big thing. It wasn't like
yeah,
something crazy.
but it was
I mean-
something. If I just apologized sooner, it would have been. It's like when you know you should apologize and you kind of just let it sit there for a couple of days, it just makes it worse.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been like that. Like, not that I know of, which it sounds shitty, but like,
I mean, that's good if you
I mean,
can't think
I'm
of
a
one.
nice guy. What can I say? Like,
I'm a nice guy.
not, not,
You sound like Christopher Walken.
Dude, I don't want to try to do an impression. It sounds stupid. I mean, I am, bro. Like, I feel like I pride myself on being very, very respectable and gentleman-like. You know, I've always,
Gentleman.
yeah.
Okay.
No, for real. Like,
Okay.
no, I know.
I'm not being.
Yeah, I know. I'm really trying to think of something because I don't want to just say like, "Oh, that's never happened to me." Because
I
I'm
mean, if you
sure,
can't think of one, we can just move
I'm
on.
sure it has.
If it comes up, we'll come back to it at the end.
Yeah, give me like a quick like 20 seconds of silence just to think, and we could all listen to me breathe.
You want to talk about what we want to do for the next year for the podcast?
Is that
While
a
Josh
question?
thinks. No. That wasn't a question.
Okay.
Well, while Josh thinks, I just want to talk about some plans that we have for the podcast. We're gonna start putting out I think monthly like highlights or compilations. Pretty much, if you don't want to watch the whole episode and you just want to watch like funny moments, we're gonna put those on YouTube. We're working on getting a sponsor. Hopefully, it's G Fuel because I just recently got into G Fuel and it's actually pretty good. And pretty much just growing the channel. I think we said that last time, but are you still thinking?
Did I?
You look like you're in deep focus.
I mean, like
If we can't think of one,
I can't think of it to where because I'm not very, when it comes to like my friends, I'm not very petty and like, I'm not like, oh, I'm not gonna apologize. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm usually, most of the time, I'm in the right. Like, I'm not perfect. No, and no one's perfect. I've definitely made mistakes at some point, but I will say that most of the time, whenever some shit happens, I tend to apologize if I know I'm in the wrong. And most of the time I'm not, because I don't do stupid shit. Like, I'm pretty mature for my age. I would like to consider myself one of the most mature of our friends. I mean, I joke around a lot. That's not, I mean, obviously I don't act mature 24/7, but when it comes to serious things, I feel like I'm pretty mature about it.
All right. Josh said he's perfect.
Yeah,
So next question.
let's go.
If you could grant one wish to one person, who would it be?
So I'm giving a wish. Do I have to fulfill the wish? Am I like a genie?
I
How are we going to phrase this?
think it's just saying if you can give someone like a wish or give them anything they want. I'd probably give it to my mom. She's put up with a lot of my shit.
Let me think
And looking
about
back
this.
at high school and middle school, I can see I'm
Yeah,
I came off as a very pretentious and difficult child.
fucking shit.
But she's
Just kidding.
she handled it well,
Big nose.
and
ass. I'm just kidding.
I would give my wish to my mom.
Okay,
Because-
that's a nice picnic. Honestly, I'd give it to myself. No, I'm just kidding. I
Give it to myself.
honestly, who deserves a wish from me?
The way I see it is like, all right, mom, you have a wish, and she gets like, I wish I had like a lot of money or whatever, you know.
Oh, so then you can mooch off her.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
don't fucking
but-
diminish my
I'm
nice
just kidding.
gesture.
I know. Damn. I mean, who's been there for me?
I gotta think about that.
For me, it's either my mom or my girlfriend. One of the two.
I'd give it to my dog.
I was thinking of Rocket.
I wish he could live forever.
That's a good pick. For those of you listening, I just gave the dog a quick pat.
Quick pat.
Yeah.
So he kicked him.
I was like,
All right.
damn, my fucking answers are shit, bro.
Tell us about a time you got rejected. Well, you know, there's no story there for that because you
For me?
100% success rate.
Yeah, I honestly, like, hand over my heart, like, I've never asked out, like, other girls besides the girlfriend. I've never hit any girls up. My current girlfriend, Emily, was the first girl that I ever DM'd and, like, talked to and, like, actually shot a shot and flirted with.
Okay, we get it.
Big dubs out here.
I don't know if I ever
Also,
got
big
rejected.
dick.
Have I ever got rejected? I could bring up.
Dude, you probably did, bro. Come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nick, come on.
Dude, we'll come back to that.
Bro,
I don't think that I can think of right now that would be interesting.
Well, like, think, bro. Like, did you ever, like, bro, the last chick that was at your work,
I mean, that wasn't really rejecting because, well,
it was more so ghosting?
yeah. Interesting, though.
Interesting.
Actually, you asked me about it, so we'll go back to that.
Okay.
Because you asked me something about that.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever gotten.
Hang on, let me
I probably will get.
throw a question in, bro.
Could get rejected.
Nope.
Not saying that I never have or never can,
But you will.
but I probably could and will.
I could. Okay. Let me
Bro, the next one's good though.
Nick, just wait, bro.
Next one is
you put, like,
good.
10 in a row, bro.
Bro, this.
Hang on, I
I asked like 7.
Hang on, bro.
That's a lot.
The next one was follow for follow. No.
Did
Sorry.
you see? There's like people that self promote like themselves in our comment section, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, bro, get out of here.
One
funny.
question. What have you been working on?
Like what? Creatively?
Yeah, probably. I would assume so. Any type of work.
I'm working on still like my editing.
Yeah.
And
got a lot
making
of
like
work to do
YouTube
there.
videos.
Just kidding.
On my Instagram, actually, I started like posting like art and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has kept up with that, follow my Instagram. I pretty much just post like stuff that inspires me for like people to see, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I saw people do that on Instagram, and I was like, I don't really do shit on Instagram, so why not just post like cool stuff?
I feel you.
And when I go to my feed, I can just be like, oh, that's so cool.
I mean, what have I been working on? I've been working on my Fortnite Battle Pass.
We actually have been working on that.
We've been working on the
I was gonna
Fortnite
bring up
Battle Pass.
gaming, but I was like, that's kind of lame.
Warzone Battle Pass. We've been grinding.
Yeah, we've been working on video games
Yeah.
together lately.
We've been playing a lot.
Dude,
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
like it's no one's business.
It really is.
Like it's a job.
It normally would be looked upon as sad, to be honest with you, if we weren't in quarantine.
But right now, if you're not playing video games, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not on,
If you don't have Fortnite, it's free.
it's free, dude.
What do you do?
Warzone's free. Come on, play one of them.
It says any time of like, this is like the best time of any to like start playing video games.
But people hating out there. But on a realer note, I mean, the podcast in a way.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Didn't
We're
even
doing
think
it.
about the podcast. Yeah, working on the podcast.
Yeah, this is probably the thing I'm most focused
recently just hired a new social media manager.
on. Mm-hmm.
So they're working on the our Instagram and Twitter right now
How are they getting paid?
in favors. And so got the new social media manager. So hopefully we'll get some better posts out there, because normally we've only posted for like promoting and stuff, but got some ideas coming out. Follow the Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say. Follow both of the accounts at Cosmic Kickback on Twitter and on Instagram. But that's pretty much what I'd say most at the moment working on creatively. I want to get my YouTube channel up again, but I need more. Right now it's hard because if I make any content, it's just me in my house, and a lot of my ideas had stuff to do with like groups. like getting like our friends together and doing something. Idea I had. I have a few that we could do, but they've also mixed in with like the podcast in a way. Some of my ideas, but we'll see. I recently got
do like a game show. That would be fun.
I recently got a new phone. I had to upgrade. I haven't upgraded in like 6 years. I got the iPhone 11 Pro Max. 3 cameras.
Subtle flex.
You know how it is.
Not so subtle.
So this is the first time I've flexed anything in years, bro. So come on. And so I've considered using this camera quality for maybe vlogging.
That shit shoots 4K.
Yeah. So we'll see. I would definitely want to get like a like stabilizer or something to hold it. You know, one of those things.
Yeah.
Before I do, and definitely get some type of mic that would work because I don't want to have the area like quality. Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
The mics in these are better because when you zoom in, like it zooms in the audio as well.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Do you want me to ask 2 in a row?
Sure.
What are your current hobbies and obsessions?
Uh,
I'm obsessed with my girlfriend's at. No, I was kidding. Well, no, I am, but it's kind of
she's watching.
Yeah.
Hobbies. In quarantine, I've been reading a lot more and meditating, which is
that's
really
a good thing that goes into the next question I have.
It's really what's the word? Not thought provoking.
Oh, I didn't say who asked this. My bad. This was asked by our friend Carla. Her at is a creative username. It's a very creative username. Thank you for the questions, Carla. Thank you for watching and supporting us. But yeah, I'd say for me, hobbies, obsessions. My hobbies are probably just like this. Video games. At the moment.
Yeah, video games.
Not much to do. Obsessions, I mean.
I'm kind of obsessed with like photography pages on Instagram.
Yeah,
and like cinematography pages. Just because I think that's really, really cool. But that's about it.
I would just hobbies and obsessions. I mean,
the stuff you find interesting, maybe.
I mean, okay. At the moment, I mean, I'm interested in music. A lot of times,
I'm really into like.
I just play music.
I'm really into rock music right now.
Oh, you are, Nick.
Yeah.
I just pass the time. A lot of times, I'll pick up a guitar. I have a lot of guitars, and I'll just pick up one and I'll just either just mess around and play my own thing, or I'll hear a song and I'll be like, oh, why have I never tried to play that? Let me try and play that real quick, and then I'll look up a tutorial, or I'll look up the chords, or I'll put the song on and listen to it and play along. This is a lot of good time to do that during quarantine when I'm just sitting there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say those are my 2.
You want to ask another?
I'll ask one more.
You sound excited.
Because your answer was about you've been reading more. We got a question. Do you have any good music recommendations or any book recommendations?
For self-help, which is probably a good time to read now, I suggest this book called The Power of Habit.
Okay.
Which is really good. Pretty much about breaking and building good habits and how the whole science works. It's really, really interesting.
You know, it's a good time that they asked us this because I recently made a list of books to read while in quarantine.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Actually, I have another book too. It's called The Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. And it's actually really entertaining. I took it way too seriously in middle school, but now it's just kind of an interesting book to be like.
It was like making his like zombie survival.
Yeah. You're just reading and you're like, like short hair is better than long hair because the zombies can't grab you. Stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Hey,
Okay.
people are cutting their hair now too, so like.
All right, I got
give it a
some.
shot.
We'll put you some in here. Okay.
Oh God, dude, the baby released new music.
Oh my God, are you shouting it out?
No, don't.
That's not your recommendation.
Don't listen to it.
Okay.
The shit just popped up on my Spotify.
Okay. Well, one book I recently began to read. Haven't gotten much into it, but I wanted to read this for a while. I'd recommend the Count of Monte Cristo. If you have not read it.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I actually think Carla has read this. I think I remember her reading this in high school, and she's.
Isn't it a long ass book?
I don't think so. I think it's actually kind of. I think it's like.
I think
maybe,
like 600 pages is long.
Oh yeah, I would say the average book is about 200 to 300 pages, maybe a little bit more. I'd say once you cross 500, that's when it's like, okay, I actually got to commit to this.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got some other books here. You know, actually a book written by Plato, a philosopher that I actually really wanted to read, is called The Republic. And pretty much it's just like a very thought-provoking type book. And I think these are very interesting because although it was like so long ago and the life was so different, it still in a way can help you like realize things in your own personal life. So that's when I really wanted to read to kind of give my brain.
That's another thing. Is philosophy's been really, what's the word? Interesting to me. Mm-hmm. And one of them is like Stoicism, which is pretty much like what Elijah is. Like I think he's a Stoic. He's pretty much like it is what it is. Like that's been very, very interesting to me.
I feel you. And then my final one, I recommend this one. I haven't read, but if you look it up, I'm not going to try to explain it. I think you should just look it up yourself. But the sailor who fell from grace with the sea.
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, but I've heard very good things about those books. I have other ones in my list, but I will recommend those. As for music, honestly, I haven't listened to much new music.
You want me to get you with the music?
I mean, I've listened to... Actually, no. I'll recommend Dua Lipa's new album.
Yes!
I've listened to it.
Dude, Dua Lipa is a good artist.
It's very good. I usually don't listen to very poppy things, but I think, honestly, I saw a TikTok ad for one of her songs, and I was like... At first, I was like, scroll, and they kept popping up. And I was like, dude, this song's actually really catchy. And
which one was it? Was it Physical?
It's Physical's one of them. And then there's another one. I forget the name of it. Because I listened to the whole album all the way through. A lot of times I don't.
Yes, check out Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia album. She's a really talented artist.
One of Nick's baddies.
I would check, but only because they're talented. Don't get me wrong, she's attractive. But you know what I mean. I would... Oh, man. You know what I want to recommend, but it actually is not that good, is Gambino's new album.
Oh, yeah, I saw that dropped, but I don't know. To me, I think there's... I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've listened to some songs, and I couldn't tell you what they're called because the titles are all numbers.
Yeah, I know. So listen to like 25-6.
And I think that's the issue with it. Because with other songs, you can listen to it, and you can be like, oh, this song is called this. And you can remember it. Obviously, hardcore fans are going to be like, oh, bro, you don't know 25-. Like, they're going to know it. But for the general public, they're not going to be able to remember it. They'll be like, oh, what was the song? And then they're not going to go back to it because they're not going to be like, it doesn't really give the song any identity. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's lacking.
I would listen to Jack Harlow's new album. It's called Sweet Action. If you guys don't know who he is, he's pretty good.
Thanks,
I would also listen to Eternal Atake Deluxe version. It's the Lil Uzi's album. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Dude, 28 plus songs.
I did listen to some of those, yeah.
Dude, it's so good. And then for just like a single song, I would listen to Lost in Yesterday by Tame Impala. It's a very chill song.
Yes.
That's my music, though. I've been listening to a lot of music. I've actually been making a bunch of like playlists on Spotify. So if you guys want the link,
the quarantine link,
we'll drop it. I have a couple.
Nice. We'll let Nick pick one and drop in the description. If you want to listen to some new music, we'll drop that in the description.
I'll put you on, dude.
All right, Nick. Let's see what question you got, because we did 3 in a row.
What do you consider cheating?
Oh, that's a good one.
I have a prepared answer.
Oh, let's go. You can go first.
Okay. I think cheating, I guess micro cheating, or like the intent to cheat can be really different from just like hanging out with someone or like texting them. But I think what makes cheating is like the intention behind it. So like if you text someone to hang out and like your intention to like make a move while you're in the relationship with someone else, that could be cheating. But if the girlfriend's like cool with it and the dude's not cheating or not like intending to cheat, then I don't think it's cheating. But only the dude who's like doing the action can like really know if it's cheating or not. It can be from like a simple thing of like, oh, getting her a gift to like just like hugging you when you say bye, you know. It's all about behind the intention. But yeah, don't cheat. It's such a shitty thing.
Dude, cheating
you
is...
piece of shit.
Cheating is...
If you've cheated.
I think cheating is the...
They're going to say it's I.
No.
It's like, what the...
I think it's the absolute worst thing somebody can do. I've... Not my entire life, but... Yeah, I would say my entire life. I don't know where I learned it from, because it's just something that I feel like people naturally should know, I guess.
It should be taught.
Like you don't need to get taught this. Like you should just know not to be an
It's
asshole.
like a common knowledge thing.
But like it comes in like however, but I think the question was what makes someone a cheater? What do you consider cheating?
What do you consider?
Okay, I would say I would agree with what you're saying about the intent thing, because obviously there's some people out there that they'll be like, oh, you can't have any like if it's like a controlling girlfriend, like, oh no, you can't have any girlfriends, or you can't, if it's a boy, you can't, like, oh no, you can't have any friends that are boys, you know. And then I feel like that can be controlling in a way, but I will say that there have been times when saying that may not in my relationship, but I've seen it like through others, where a lot of times somebody will say like oh, like, don't talk to that person. I can tell that they're like, I can tell what their intentions are. And then the person will be like, oh, look, they're just being my friend. Like, I'm pretty sure. And then they're completely like, they don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because they're just being like friendly. They're being nice friends. But the other person's intentions are obviously, they don't care about that, their fact that they're in a relationship. You know, they don't care about it. So I think there's a fine line between being controlling and then just having like genuine
depends on the person,
concerns. Yeah, you having genuine concerns, because a lot of times I've seen also where people will say like, oh, I was dating this person and the entire time I kind of felt like iffy and like suspicious, and I didn't feel comfortable with this one friend they had, and I let them know, but they told me like, oh no, that's just my friend, it's okay. And then we break up, and then they start dating them like very soon after. So what does that show? You know what I mean? So I think
these hoes ain't.
I think it's the intentions. I think cheating can be as simple as like if you're texting another guy or another girl while you're in a relationship and you're literally like flirting with them or something like that. Although it's not a physical act of cheating, I feel like that's still cheating. Like if that happened, I wouldn't forgive that. I would be like, okay, like no.
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever cheat, but
I hope you wouldn't.
No. Like before. I was cheated on, and now I never will do it.
Were?
Yeah, I've been cheated.
I did not know that.
It's a really shitty feeling, and like now, whenever I date someone, I'm never gonna do it.
Yeah, I feel like
I would not
people that
want to make that person like go through what I did.
I definitely feel that. I don't know where I've got. I feel like it's a natural thing, because I know for a fact that I've always thought, even before like because I've only ever been in one relationship, but even before that, I always thought like people that cheat are like terrible people, and that like,
or it's just like how they were brought up. Like after a while I just felt bad for the person that did it, because like there's obviously something like lacking from their life, and like that they felt the need to do that.
Maybe some people are just,
I don't know,
yeah,
some people are just born hoes.
that's a good point. Some people aren't ready for a relationship. If you're not ready for a relationship, or you know you can't be in it, then don't do it, you know.
Yeah.
And if you know you can't, then break up with the person.
If you ever cheated on, you can either become like the person that never does it, or just become like someone that also cheats.
Yeah.
Because the girlfriend that cheated on me was cheated on. So you see,
that's how it be.
There's two different products that can come from that.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. This is still coming from Val. She's asking all these juicy questions.
Damn, we've only had questions from Val on your side.
What things are standing between you and complete happiness?
Damn, she's got these philosopher type questions, bro.
I can't fully answer that because I don't think I'm at an age where I know what I truly want in life. But I just know right now it's a lot of time and hard work.
What's standing between me and happiness?
I mean, what would make you happy?
I feel like I'm pretty happy right now. Besides the whole like quarantine thing going on, I'm starting to get tired of that. So right now, I'd say that's the biggest thing in the way between me and happiness is the coronavirus. That's the number one thing. And then after that, I would say it's probably money.
Yeah, probably money.
I don't want to say money because people, I know money doesn't.
You need money to like.
Money doesn't buy happiness, but
makes it a little bit easier to have.
You need money to like live. You can't live without money.
Yeah.
Like the way things are now. I mean, you could say like you don't need any material things to exist, and you can go hardcore like old philosopher type views. But I don't want to do that. I want to have a good life, and I think for the most part my life is extremely good and extremely happy. The only thing right now is, like I said, Corona, money, and probably just like I would say those are the only two things, to be honest with you. Maybe procrastination is probably stopping stuff, because I have a lot of ideas that I want to do, but they just so far most of them are still ideas. I'd say the only one that isn't an idea anymore is the podcast. Like we had this idea for like probably like maybe almost a year before we actually made the first episode.
Yeah.
You know, and now we're actually finally like we put money into it and we've actually like grown it.
Yeah.
We're doing this. We actually have answers from people. We're actually doing stuff that I wouldn't have thought we could have done 2 years ago, or it would have taken time. And it's, you know, that I'd say procrastination is another big one right there. That's probably a better answer than money.
I would say I'm standing in the way of my own happiness. No, I'm just kidding.
You probably are.
In a way, probably.
You know,
Wasn't that a quote like sometimes you're your own worst enemy or something like that?
I'd say that's probably true for a lot of people. You don't even realize it.
Yeah, it's probably just like a lot of hard work and time because it takes like time and work to build the skills that I want to make me happy. And then probably just a bit like myself of like accepting myself and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably it.
Nice answer.
Happiness is subjective to many different people.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Happiness is subjective. Some people have this drive to be successful and they will not be happy until they have all this stuff. But then a lot of times you find that once you get all the stuff, you're still not happy.
Yeah, I've heard from many like famous people, once they have all these possessions, they still feel empty inside.
It's because they don't get that good puh. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh my God.
Girls drive the world. They do. They control the world, bro. Honestly.
What?
Wait, you're gonna tell me, bro? Come on, Nick.
I agree to that.
I mean, I think me. Okay, this is a. You know, I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't want to keep going. What's the next question?
Okay.
We can have a philosophy episode one day where we go into the ins and outs of what makes.
Next
people
question. A, I'm an artist. If you got time, fuck off. Hey, check out my dude. Stop.
Is that Val's last question?
Yeah.
Oh,
What would you
Val.
sing?
Thank you for all the questions.
Yeah, thank you. What would you sing at karaoke night? Hold on, let me think. I would sing 3005 by Childish Gambino.
So you rapping?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me think about this. Got to do a good answer. So is it just me singing? I can't bring up like a friend?
If you want. I don't know.
Well, because if I can bring
add
up,
whatever you want to the
no,
question.
because honestly, if like I could go up and like sing with Emily, dude, I'm doing "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" by Marvin Gaye and what's the girl's name?
That's a good answer.
I would do that if I could have my girlfriend with me. If it's only me, damn.
Let's be honest, bro. You wouldn't sing by yourself.
I know I've sang by myself. I've done a lot of karaoke. To be honest with you, you can ask. I went to a quick story time.
Story time.
I went to a birthday party about maybe a year and a half ago of one of my girlfriend's friends, and her birthday party was just karaoke like on the porch. And I remember Emily and I sat back, and we didn't really do anything. And it actually kind of sucked because I had a very sore throat at the time. I couldn't really, barely even talk. And I remember I was like, dude, I want to go sing karaoke. I want to go. And Emily and I did go up. We sang 2 songs. We sang "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's a good song.
You know the one? It's like
I love that song.
We did that, and Emily did that part. And then I did the other part.
It's like that mask off video.
Yeah. But it was actually I think it helped that my voice was like that because obviously it was hard to sing like
Led Zeppelin is kind of a really.
You have to have good vocals to do that. But that song in particular, he's not like yelling the whole time. Obviously there's parts of yelling, but then there's parts where he's kind of like singing like like he's not going hard.
Yeah.
And my voice was very messed up at the time. So I was able to do those parts, and Emily didn't know the words of the song. She only knew the screaming. So she was kind of like, yeah, that's all she did. And I did those parts of the voice, and I remember afterwards, the girl whose birthday it was, her mom and dad and some of the other adults came up to me, and they were like, oh my god, like, are you a musician? Do you have like a band? Do you like do stuff? And I was like, oh, like I mean, I play music, but I don't have a band or anything. And they're like, bro, like you sounded so good. They complimented me, and I was like, bro, like
thank you.
Low-key gave me a big head for the night. I remember I was like, Emily, and I was like, you see it. And we also sang Killer Queen by Queen. But
that's a good song.
Yeah. To answer your question, Ain't No Mountain High Enough if I have a partner. By myself, I'll probably sing either The Long and Winding Road by the Beatles, or that's a really good song if you haven't listened to it.
You should sing Let a Dude Smash. That song.
Oh my god. That's a close second. But there's another song I'm trying to think. It's called Sarah Smile by Hall & Oates. That song is so good.
Oh, that's a good.
It's probably like that's probably like one of my favorite songs. I love singing that song. I sing it in the shower all the time.
I sing in the shower.
Those are my songs right there.
All right, let's scroll through all these self promos.
Yes,
Someone else asked a crush question, but we already answered that.
Was it the exact same question?
It was just who's your first crush?
Really, the same question?
Yeah.
What
But it was by someone different.
What's the coincidence of that, bro?
I don't know.
What are the odds of someone asking the exact same question?
How are things going with your Valentine?
Ooh,
I think this is for me.
Nick. Yeah, this is obviously.
I didn't even really have a Valentine. It got canceled.
Well, I mean, but when we did the episode
Twice.
when we did
It got canceled twice.
when we did the episode, I recall, Nick, that you said you were like, "Oh, like technically, I had a Valentine because you said."
I was just saying that to sound cool.
I mean, on record of the podcast, you said that you, yeah, on the archives, we found that it said you had a Valentine, and I guess since then, people want to know, like, how are things going with the Valentine? How are they going? You know, did they ever pick up?
Just really quick.
Smash.
I don't think she's that interested in me, and I did this thing where I went to New York, and I just didn't. I'm the one that's always initiating the conversation, so I just didn't text her. And just recently, like 2 days ago, she texted me, but it was about some work thing, and I'm like, you know what?
Could you pick up my shift?
No, she was telling me like, are you gonna work again? And I was like, I just think that's interesting. When I don't talk to a girl that I simp over, and then they talk to me like 2 weeks later, I'm like,
you simp
oh,
over this chick?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what dudes would consider, but
Okay.
I always initiate the conversation.
I feel you.
I liked her for a while, but I realized it's not worth my time.
Yeah, I got you. What about
If you're listening, fuck you. I'm doing better with the boys. Oh yeah,
So how's the updated love life going, Nick?
love life. It's going okay.
Pulling?
Trying. It's very hard with this virus.
Oh, you're right about that.
Do you want to ask me? I have a question from you. All three of these are from you.
I asked 3 questions?
Yeah.
Well, hang on, I have a question. No, I don't. You can go.
Okay.
It was a shout out.
How is the nut streak going?
Ooh.
We haven't been updated in weeks.
Yeah, I know the fans want to know about this. I've heard inside from a lot of the fans. They've been DMing me. They've been asking. They want to know.
Barraging you.
Because, like, I didn't even realize it. We took the 2-week break because we weren't sure what was going on with quarantine. We came back last week, and we forgot to update them. So it's been 3 weeks.
I noticed you did it while we were doing it, and I was like...
So it's been 3 weeks since an update. So you've had 3 weeks since then, and the last update you said that you had broken your like month streak and you were sitting on like a cool 3 days. That was 3 weeks ago. How are you holding up?
Well, those first 2 weeks I gave in to my urges, but I'm clean since Saturday, so about 5 days in.
Ooh, okay.
And I feel really good.
I feel good. Okay, Nick. I see you.
I feel really good. Really good. It's going.
You gotta
that's how it's going. It's going well. I'm back on it.
Congratulations, Nick. We're all supporting you here.
Thank you. It's like an AA group, but I'm the only member.
I mean, if we ever have someone else with the issue, they can help out as well. I got a question with the same person twice. They just asked mom ?
What?
Yeah, they asked mom ?
Yeah, I do have a mom.
I don't know if they're asking.
She's making dinner.
If we have a mom, or if they want us to be a mom, or if they've mistaken us for their mom.
Might be an acronym.
Mom.
No.
Make.
Yeah,
out.
we both have moms.
Make out monster ?
What?
Are you a make out monster?
I'd like to think so.
Oh shit!
If you want to find out, no.
If you're a girl out there and you need that mouth 8, Nick.
No, don't sell me like that.
If you would like your mouth elegantly kissed.
Okay, yeah.
That was kind of
Nick will do either one. He'll do it elegantly, or he'll literally just like he'll leave your lips purple.
Oh, I think we have a new question that just got asked.
Oh my god.
What do you think about the virus? I think it sucks and it's gonna ruin summer 2020.
Hopefully it does.
Those are my thoughts.
I mean, we got it's April. We got this month. We got all of May. So
Dude, I was watching a video that might be prolonged to like the end of this year or like the early of 2021. And
I heard
dude,
that.
if that happens, people are gonna have PTSD from staying indoors too long, dude. It's pretty much like self-isolation, like in a prison.
I mean, but like you have stuff.
I know, but like it's so boring.
It is boring, but
And I get that my quarantine, like being in a house, is a privilege because people in wherever
People
different
tweak it.
parts of the world that aren't available to like being in a home and stuff. But still, I think it
Yeah.
sucks.
it definitely does suck.
No one says like, bro, this is lit. Like, I mean, unless you work at home already.
Well, I mean, at first I didn't think anything crazy like this was gonna happen.
At first, I was just like, oh, it's just another week of spring break, and now it's
Dude, I was so
a
hyped
month
when that
later.
happened.
I'm like,
It's been literally a month since
I
then.
need to hang out with somebody.
It's been about a month or so since spring break.
I haven't
So
seen my friends in a week.
you gotta hit up that one girl you've been talking to. Pull up with the boombox. Let a Nick smash.
Let a Nick smash.
smash.
I gotta edit it. Get up in them booty cheeks.
Beat up in booty cheeks. Defeat in booty cheeks. Bruise up in booty cheeks. Yeah, I ain't playing. I want to fuck.
That's what I think of the virus. I think it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm actually done with all my questions.
I have one more. It was asked by you, Nick. I already answered this earlier. It said, when are you starting back up the YouTube channel?
But when, bro?
You know, honestly,
Have you planned a date?
date. I'm already dating.
No, a date, bro.
Oh, a date. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I was thinking about this just the other day, and I legit 2 days ago, I was sitting there and I was like, dude, I had an idea for a video, and I was like, bro, I could do this right now. I could use the phone, and I could do it.
Dude, I made a video in like less than a day, like edited, shot, and everything.
That's how I always used to do, bro.
Yeah.
I would record, and immediately I would just like get on it, and then I would
Yeah.
start uploading it.
Like when you just have so much like drive, you're just like, dude, I want to do it now. Put it up.
Yeah, I had at one point I literally had like videos lined up. Like there was no need for me to do it, but I just did it because one day what I would do is I would
like the
record.
batch videos.
Because back then I wouldn't make like nowadays a lot of YouTube videos they're pretty much like some type of, I don't know, like it's obviously entertainment, but it like has like a motive behind, like someone will be like it'll be like a challenge or a competition or like a vlog where something crazy happens, you know. Back in the old YouTube days, it used to be like just commentaries, like over like Call of Duty or something. So I made a lot of those. So what I would do is I would play one COD game, I would make a commentary, then I would stop the recording, hit it again, and then do another one. And I did like 3-4 in a row. Then I'd go and edit all of them, and I would have them all sitting there. And then I would make a video on like some news that just dropped for the new Call of Duty. And that was the video that blew up. I got like 50,000 views.
Oh my god. Do you get paid from that?
I had monetization on, but I never claimed it on my account. It's probably still sitting there, unless they took it away from me because it was sitting there for years. But
Bro, he's not even using this. Like
all I
20
know is it was very cheap. And back then they didn't have the because now you have to reach a certain amount of like views or a certain amount of hours watched before you can have monetization on your videos. Back then you could put it on right away. Like back in the day, I remember uploading a video, and I remember thinking like, bro, I want to get that YouTube money, and I didn't have any subscribers or anything, and I would just turn it on, and I remember I'd go watch the video myself, and I would see an ad pop up, and I'd be like, and it's pretty much like you get like, back then at least, it's probably even worse now because I know people don't make anything off of YouTube because of all the like copyright claiming and it gets flagged or something, so people pretty much just get money off of sponsorships or merch now.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, it was like something like a penny or even like maybe like less than a penny. So for each one person that viewed it, and it depended on how long they viewed it. Like if they skipped it at the 5-second, you got the minimum amount. If they actually watched through it, you would get more. If they clicked on the ad to like open up the whatever the service was, that would provide you the most. But
Oh, really?
not many people do that. Like who when you're watching a video, you don't want to click on an ad, you know?
I don't want to get Outback
Like
deals.
how many times have you watched a video and then an ad pops up and you're like, and
I start getting annoyed because it's the same one.
exactly.
It's like, you want to start your website? I'm like, dude, I just want to watch beauty.
exactly. So that's how it was.
Ads are annoying.
I don't know what the amount was. I'm sure it wasn't anything. It might have been like $5 total if all the 50 million people, or not 50 million, 50,000 people that watched got an ad, which it's not always. You don't always get an ad. It's every couple people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm sure YouTube flagged that money. They probably took it back because they're like, oh, this dude hasn't claimed it.
$5 does.
That was a long time ago, bro. But yeah, anyway, to answer the question, I want to do it while in quarantine because I have time. Right now, I'm honestly trying to fix my sleeping schedule. I've literally been up for about 24 hours straight. While recording this, my eyes are being forced open. I'm on my second 25 ounces of G Fuel, and
Taco Bell.
I'm running on $5 Taco Bell box. That's all I've had today.
God, dude.
Dude, the life it's tough right now. I could feel.
What a time to be alive.
Dude, I know for a fact if I laid down and closed my eyes, I would pass out like in 20 seconds. Like I am I am very.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but anyway, yeah.
All right. Well, those are all my questions. Wait, was that your last one?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me double check real quick before we close out the Q&A. As I'm checking, thank you to anybody who asked any questions.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool to have you guys be a part of it. I think we should do one like every month. That would be pretty cool.
We got to get people to ask. You know, I'm actually glad people asked. And I'm glad they were actually good questions. Like, thank you to Val and all the other people like Carla and
Carried the team.
DJ, Demetrio, everybody that carried it, asked good questions. Thank you for that. Anybody that missed out and you could have got a quick shout out and been on the cast verbally, that's on you. Be here for the next milestone or the next time we decide to do one of these. Make sure to follow us at Cosmic Kickback on Instagram and Twitter.
If we're even here next year.
Don't jinx us. And also on YouTube and anywhere podcasts to listen to, bro, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, Breaker, Anchor, everywhere.
Yeah.
Legit, if there's a place where podcasts are played, we're
there.
We're probably on there.
We're there, dude.
You know how it is. No flexing, just straight facts. So
Got
anywhere you're listening, it'll help us out if you follow, if that's possible. If not, just go look us up on YouTube real quick. Even if you don't want to watch the full video, you'd rather listen to it. To help us out, if you just click on it, drop a like, subscribe, turn on the bell so you know whenever videos or podcasts drop. If you're still here, thank you for listening, and I'll let Nick sign us out. The 1 year anniversary of starting the podcast.
Thank you guys for 1 year. If I'm being honest, probably like December, November, I didn't think I would keep doing this because I was low-key going to quit.
Nick was sad.
Yeah, I was.
He wasn't
Josh was like, dude, get your head out of your ass.
He was getting no love.
And here we
He
are.
was getting lonely.
No, it's not because of that. I'm not talking like I'm going to kill myself.
Played a part, bro.
I'm talking to that I was going to quit the podcast. But I've come to like it, and it's really fun doing this.
It is.
And, sorry, it's my meme. This has been really fun. Thank you guys
It
for
really
listening.
has, yeah. Thank you guys all for the support and all the questions.
Compilations coming soon.
Yeah, we have
very soon.
We have new ideas coming soon. Hopefully, we can continue to provide quarantine content. # quarantine content for you guys.
Hopefully, we can get a sponsor. Yeah. I would like to get a sponsor this year.
Bro, Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, we have like a bunch of sponsors on it.
Honestly, right now, Alamo Draft House is actually doing really cool things. Shout out to them. Although their theaters are closed.
Out of nowhere. Shout out Alamo Draft House.
Yeah. Well, the movie theaters are closed, but they're still doing things where they're hosting, like, they're like, oh, click on this link and we can watch. They're pretty much playing movies like online now. Like, you can stream them.
So it's pirating, but not pirating.
Well, no, because it's them. They have the permission to play, and you can buy a ticket.
Oh.
So I haven't done it. I think it's cool that they're doing stuff. They actually released the recipe for their cauliflower wings. They released the recipe.
The vegan wings?
Yeah. They released the recipe because they were like, oh, we all know you guys are in quarantine.
Bro, release the queso.
Dude, yeah, the queso is bombing.
That's what we really want.
Release the queso cut.
Release the sourdough donuts.
All right. Thank you guys for being here for this special episode, and we'll see you guys next week.
Love you guys. Bye.